Got it that time. All right, I'll call the meeting to order tonight, November 13th. Start with the pledge.
That wasn't the recording.
All right, we have a public hearing for Bolicious Food Truck. This is a repeat, I believe, right? Haven't they been before us before? Anybody here from Bolicious? No. Anybody have any comments in the public about Bolicious? All right, seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. And any adjustments to the agenda?
Yes, I do have a short committee, board report from the RSU Finance.
Did not make the board of directors meeting, so I don't have anything.
In here.
Yeah, I know, but
Anything else? Motion to approve
as amended,
by Dan, seconded by Phil. All those in favor? Public forum. Any non-agenda items from the public this evening? Nothing, huh? How about the minutes from the last meeting? Didn't see anything that stood out.
make a motion, we accept as submitted.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Velma. All those in favor? Go ahead, Velma.
The RSU Finance Committee.
Mike,
Sorry about that. The RSU Finance Committee met on Thursday, November 9th at 8:15 a.m. at KES room 102. And the major thing that they're still working on that hasn't been completed are all the bank transfers because they've transferred to Kennebunk Savings Bank. They're hoping to have everything done by December. And then they ran into a little glitch, realizing that all of their credit cards also had to be changed over. And they're also still working with ADP on their payroll. Other than that, the numbers look fairly good. Everything looks as though it's going according to, and the auditor should be meeting with us at the next meeting. I'll leave these for Keith.
Thank you, Velma.
Yep.
Seeing no other committee and board reports, and we don't have a manager, but we are gonna go with the update on the fire department. Please come to the mic, turn it on, and state your name, please.
age, date of birth.
Good evening. I got a laundry list of things here for you.
You're not asking for approvals for anything, right?
No, no approvals tonight. So new furnace was just installed. That was supposed to be installed, I think, about 6 months ago when the hot water heater went. Champagne finally got around to doing it. Primal vents installed and operating. So that's the exhaust removal, which we got through a grant, federal grant. The cost to the community is going to be right around $2,700. It's a $52,000 project. So that's up and operating. Our new air packs are in. Training's been going on with those, and fit testing is occurring. Exterior doors were installed. We had 3 that was in the budget because of rot. They've been installed. The tank truck, tank 48, will be going out for repairs on Wednesday. Should be back by Friday. Our dry hydrants and cisterns are all tested, and except for one, and I'll take care of that tomorrow. We got some repairs that need to be made, and due to the cold weather, they're probably not going to get done until spring of next year. Ambulance license has been renewed. We have new protocols that are coming out. They've got to be completed by January 1st. The ambulance delivery has been delayed to approximately the second quarter of 2024, secondary to workforce and materials accessibility. Hopefully we'll be wrapping up the RFP for the pumper tanker. I'm sure the town manager has talked to you about that. Put it on your radar screen. More to come on that. The town manager spoke to me about the TIF being reworded. It looks like it's being accepted up to Augusta. So we'll be looking for community stakeholders for the fire station renovation. The department Facebook is down. It's going to probably stay down because somebody's reported us to Facebook police. This is the second time this has happened. Someone's playing games and I'm kind of done with it. We've applied for a $5,000 Walmart grant for fitness equipment. We should hear about that in the first quarter of 2024. We're fully staffed with our full-time positions. New employees completed a 2-week onboarding process from the middle of October until the end. We included things as apparatus driving operations, pumping, hydraulics, SCBAs, forcible entry, hose and ladder deployment, search and rescue techniques, hospital familiarization, community familiarization, cardiac arrest review. Regarding part-time employees, we're about 75% staffed. Current call increase of 15.2% year over year. And we just completed our ISO rating. They should be getting that back to us hopefully within the month. They were here for the in-house portion on Friday. Any questions? With all that going on, we're right on budget, according to what Lisa provided to me. So excellent.
I do have a comment. I wish you would just thank the gentlemen who were on duty Saturday because the Historical Society had our veterans event up there for Veterans Day. And they not only stayed during the event, they put out chairs and it was very nice. They did a beautiful job. Thank them.
Yep. It was perfect timing because the afternoon was busy for them. They had 4 calls in the afternoon. We've had six today already. So
I like these updates.
Yeah, it helps, right?
just trying to be transparent as we can.
Yeah. No,
Look, I'd like to speak to Mr. Labby at some point in time about, before we go out to the RFP, about mechanics of the pumper tanker. So,
I can still lie.
okay, I'll be there tomorrow, Wednesday afternoon, and then Friday I'll be in and out, but okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you, Andy.
Good. Thank you, Andy.
Moving on.
My turn.
Yep.
Why let's take half as long as it is, but. Things are starting to look up in Public Works. We did hire a mechanic finally. He started about a month ago. It was right around Labor Day he started. Nice guy, doing a good job. He got right in there and we started a computer program to keep track of all the trucks and all the services. And so things are really looking up. As we hired another driver laborer, he's was working in Biddeford Public Works. Before that, he was working in Saco. So right now, I'm just down one position, but you know, things are really looking up. The other thing is, we did manage to get Senate Road and River Road reclaimed. So it's all reclaimed. They did get the base down, but the surface won't be down till spring. But we just finished up today, putting the shoulders on, you know, so we didn't really put it this way, we budget for the paving and the shoulders all at once. So where they did the base first, we didn't have any money for the shoulders. So basically what I did is I went down and I just pulled what they had back in against the shoulder, back in against the pavement, just to hold it for the winter. So, the other thing is the striping part of it. I called Poria Guidelines. They do our striping, and of course it's getting late
Hmm.
and they've already been in here. So I called him and he says he's gonna try to get the rest of the striping done on Senate Road and River. But of course, and then in the spring, they're gonna pave right over it again anyway, and I'll have to do it again. So, but that's just par for the course. Also, as you can see, we finally get the wood chips delivered for the playground. They finished up basically all erecting the playground itself. The only thing they have left to do is the swing sets to attach the swings to it. So I'm gonna try this week to get down here and get those wood chips spread. They have to be 18 inches deep so that when they compact, there's a foot of wood chips. So.
That would explain why the pile's so big.
Yeah, it's 300 yards there.
Wow.
So, and I hope, it looks like there's gonna be enough, but
Yeah.
who knows? Like I said, the playground, and we've got all our sand and salt in. So I think we're good for the season anyway. And like I said, we got those two new guys and I think they're gonna work out good. They're real good guys. They come right in and, got to work and so, but that's.
So you're still just one driver short on the
one
plow.
driver short,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
In fact, I got a resume the other day. And like I said, we've been trying to beat the weather here to try to get the shoulders on. I haven't had a chance to call him. But that's on my agenda tomorrow to give this guy a call and see if we get an interview set up. Guys from Wells. He's been in Public Works in, I think it was when I read it was in like Massachusetts and down that way. So he's got some Public Works experience with a Class A license. So I want to get him in so I can do an interview and so, but any questions?
Yeah, we had talked a while back on the striping, on changing that from the fall to the spring. Is there any thought about that, or does that make sense to do that, or?
I'd like to do that. The only thing is with the way Roger was talking is because if we do it in the spring, then we've got to have them come back anyway to do the roads that we have paved, which that happened this year. Because of, just, what happened as far as the Dayton and road closures and, so things get really, really messed up this year. So, but I'd like to see it do it in the spring.
But you could, if you did it in the spring and you know that you're gonna have long stretches of road or certain stretches of road that you're gonna repave, you don't do those and then call them back, right?
You could, yeah.
Right, rather than stripe it twice.
I mean, I'd have to talk to Matt King with Poria Guidelines to set something up like that. Cause, a lot of times like. Cause he's out of Massachusetts. So he's down here and. He told me, I think he's got some stuff to do for Kennebunkport, so he's gonna try to fit us in. To do River Road and Senate. So, but I still would like to see it done in the spring. Because I just have this problem of seeing it be nice and bright. And then for
Winter comes along.
4 months, it's covered over either with snow and you're scraping it off with the blades. So by summertime, it's all worn off.
Right,
So I really would like to see it
Hmm.
done in the spring. But to do that, I think what we're gonna do is almost have to either double the budget,
Right.
so it's done twice.
Yep.
Or we skip. And I've had calls before asking, when's it gonna get striped, because they can't see the,
yeah. How much do we spend on that?
I think this year was like 22,000 something. The striping.
Hmm.
So,
What were you gonna say? They can't see is it more of a center line complaint or a edge of road line?
center line.
So would it,
And plus I've had some comments about, the edge striping, why we don't edge stripe
Yeah.
all roads. And basically the edge striping is for that like hazard areas and where people just,
Yeah.
can't stay on the road. And if you
I
look,
call it the fog line. It's really
if
what
you
it is.
look coming up over the hill by the fire department, and that's something else I gotta get to. For some reason, they come around by the trail going up over the hill by the fire station. Look at that shoulder right there. It's that deep
yeah,
against the pavement.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna try this week to get that pulled back in. Cause it's just gonna keep cracking. People go off there, and I met a vehicle going up over there the other day. And you can see she was on her phone. And she drifted off and she got into that rut. Overcorrected and came almost across into May. It's like
Hmm.
unbelievable.
Hmm.
So.
would it,
Well-
I mean, would it make sense or is it even an option to just get those shot down center things for Senate Road through the winter and then what do they do? Just pave right over them?
Well, you mean those plastic?
Yeah, I know you see them in
Yeah.
the road, I assume they just shoot them down or whatever
Yeah,
and
trouble is, we're just gonna scrape them right
the
off.
plow would just take them right off.
Yeah. So, I mean, for the cost of getting this stripe this year, just those two roads, it's, and that way there's a center line for people to go to. So,
Yeah, it's funny. I rely more on the side striping than I do the center line.
but I mean, if we was to fog line everything, just do edge striping, I mean, I bet a striping budget would double.
Yeah.
At least.
Well, that's why I asked you about the Curtis Road, because you could see sections,
Yeah.
okay, the corner, then all of a sudden it just stopped.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering why because surprisingly, that is a heavily traveled road. I'm surprised how much traffic that road has.
Yeah.
But the sharp corners are done, so.
Surprisingly enough, Old Post Road from behind VIP over to Lombard Road. I mean, we was there today and that intersection is so busy between River Road, Senate, Old Post.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Oh.
Just unbelievable.
Hey, just a quick question on the playground. So at some point in time, probably gonna run into weeds or what have you over there, right? So is that our job to control? Is that gonna be you to control the weeds there?
Probably. But I think basically the playground itself. I don't really think there's gonna be too many weeds grow there because of what's under that base, because that's all stone dust underneath there. And even though we put wood chips around, and there's some weeds good coming in that, but there was
Right.
also, we just used, sculchy loam and stuff to go around that, and then we just wood chipped over the top of it. But, I mean, that sat most of the summer with just that, stone dust on it, nothing really came through it. So, I mean, once the wood chips start to break down, these fine wood chips, I imagine, something will start growing in it. But
Anything else? No? Thanks, Terry.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on. We need some action on Bowlicious. Looks like everything's in order.
Yep.
Insurance is here.
We'll make motion, we approve Bolicious for November 17th over at Vinegar Hill.
I'll second that.
Motion by Dan, seconded by Velma.
Yep.
All those in favor?
Yep.
With one abstention.
We're gonna sign something, right?
We need an approval on payroll, payables too. I'm sorry.
Yes, we do have both payable and payroll. I make a motion that we approve payables and payroll.
Payroll, motion by Velma. Seconded by Tom. All those in favor? Sign away. Anything else pressing tonight? Dan, you've got to have something kicking around.
Oh, I do have one.
Keith is not here, so.
Yeah. I do have one item. Look at payroll, I see that rather than actually give them extra day off for Veterans Day, they actually paid them for Friday, even though they weren't here. And there are some very large items in payable, and one of them is the RSU, the other, there were a couple there from the fire department.
But Veterans Day is one of the holidays that we pay anyway.
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So, So, I didn't really read Keith's note, but did he say anything about this renewable credit thing?
You didn't, looks like we've got quite the surplus though. $7,700 in proceeds. If I'm reading that right.
Seems to me we. Yeah, if we don't transfer that, we lose it. There's like a year's, we ran into this last time that. We'll have to ask him when they, at the
I don't
next
think
meeting.
it's year end though, right? Isn't it
No,
June? Isn't it the municipal year?
no,
versus
I
the-
don't remember how it goes. I think it's from, like, when you get the credit, because each month we accrue credits. So if we get the credit this month, we got a year to transfer it. So I just want to make sure we don't lose, because we came close to losing some.
Yep.
First year. I don't want to give CMP any money.
He did say he's going to work at trying to get some of that paid on these streetlights.
Nice. I make a motion, we adjourn.
Thank you, Dan. Seconded by Phil. All those in favor? At 7:24. Meeting adjourned. Thank you for coming, everybody.